Hello everyone. Today we'll talk about uh, the concept of alienation effect as a theatrical technique which was put forward by the eminent German playwright and theater practitioner Bertolt Brecht. Before talking about the alienation effect, let's recapitulate what we have done in our previous lectures. Students, as you are all familiar with the concept of epic theatre, which was introduced by Bertolt Brecht, and epic theatre is a form of didactic drama. And the aim of epic theatre is to stimulate the audience to think critically about the consequences of reality that is presented on stage. So, the aim behind the whole concept of epic theatre was that Brecht wanted to use his art to make the audience think critically about what is being presented on the stage. And just to make the audience to be the critical observer of what is being presented on the stage, he just presented his play in the form of a series of loosely connected scenes. And secondly, the storyline also breaks off in between to address the audience directly. So that's just to make them just to make them observe about the results, about the outcome of the events that are performed before them on stage. Just to make the audience the critical observers, this alienation effect was created in the epic theatre. And here one thing is to be keep in mind that alienation was not used in any negative sense. Alienation has no negative interpretation. It is not used in the sense of social apathy to create in the audience, but it was a sort of distancing between the audience and the illusory reality. So, just to prevent the audience to have an emotional involvement with the reality present on the stage, Brecht just introduced or put forward this theatrical technique, the alienation effect. Students, Wolfram-Dunk's effect is the German term for alienation technique. It is also called A effect, V effect and D effect. D effect is this is also called distancing effect. So students, by now it's clear that Brecht used this technique in theatre to distance acting from reality, to convince the audience that this is just a play on stage. And he did so to make his audience think over, to make his audience reflect over what is happening on the stage. He did so to make his audience to question the reality that is presented on stage. In other words, we can say that alienation effect means that the familiar contents are presented in an unfamiliar way to get a new effect, so that the audience does not emotionally identify themselves with the story of a drama, and they can think deeply or critically about the drama. So it was used to distance the audience from the play. And Brecht used this technique to avoid the emotional attachment. So he just introduced so many techniques to create this alienation effect. And this creating this alienation effect, he just put forward the concept of breaking the fourth wall. Now, what is the fourth wall? Fourth wall is a gap between. Breaking the fourth wall means to create a gap between the audience and the actors. And this is where the wall between the audience and actors on the stage is broken. So rather than allowing the audience to sit passively and get lost in the show, the actors will sometimes directly address the audience with a speech, with a comment or a question. That is called breaking the fourth wall. Students, epic theatre breaks the fourth wall That is the imaginary wall between the actor and the audience, which keeps them as observers, that they are the active members of the theatrical experience as they are kept thinking throughout, not switching off. So, fourth wall is the imaginary wall between audience and the actor, and the epic theater breaks off this fourth wall just to achieve its aim to make the audience think critically. There are some other techniques which Brecht used to create this V effect or A effect in his plays. They are, one is montage, as it has been earlier mentioned that the plays were presented in a form of loosely connected scenes, or we can say the short movie clips are put together, often to show factual events. Sometimes clips are edited to juxtapose each other, or sometimes the montages are used to highlight the issues which the playwright or the theatre practitioner is used to communicate. Secondly, some of Brecht's plays include songs, music and dance. This helps to remind the audience that they are not watching real life. Sometimes the songs are juxtaposed ironically with cheery, upbeat music but with dark lyrics. So this was all done to make the audience realize that they should not get emotionally attached to what is being presented before them. Then thirdly, narration. Narration is used to remind the audience that they are watching a story. Sometimes the narrator will appear and he will tell the audience that what is about to happen in the story before it happens. Because if the audience knows the outcome, then they may not get emotionally involved. Here one thing is also more important, that sometimes narration was also used to give the stage directions also. That was also done to make the audience realize that they are watching a play, not reality. Then fourthly, Brecht believes that the stage would be brightly lit at all times and the sets should not be realistic but suggestive. So there is the actor should use minimal props, often only one per character, and also props can be used in several different ways. For example, a suitcase may become a desk. Students, as we have seen in the Nukkad Natak which are being played upon just to make the audience realize or to think critically about the social realities which are presented through that Nukkad Natak. Then next is that Brecht has just emphasized the need to use the placards just to create that distancing effect. So now what is the placard? Placard is a sign or additional piece of written information presented on stage. Using placards might be as simple as holding up a card or a banner, and a placard or projection screen can be used to give the audience some extra factual information. For example, it might say how many people have died in a particular war. Placards can also be used to introduce characters in a generic way. For example, this is mom, this is dad, this is daughter, this is son, about the characters. And they can also used to introduce a new scene. They can also be used to tell the audience when one particular event has finished. And for this effect, nowadays multimedia or PowerPoint slideshows are also used. Then lastly, Brecht emphasized upon the use of freeze frame also. Here the actors may go into a freeze frame so as to break the actions. And sometimes it is done so that the audience can stop and think critically for the moment. And sometimes it is done so that the narrator can speak so that the actor can come out of the character and perhaps break the fourth wall. So students, towards the end, to conclude, I would like to say that epic theatre proposed that a play should not cause the spectator to identify emotionally with the characters or the action which is being presented before him or her, but the audience or the spectator should instead provoke rational self-reflection, should provoke a critical view of the action on the stage. They must not sit back and feel, but they should sit forward and think. Brecht wanted his audience to adopt a critical perspective in order to recognize social injustice and exploitation, and to be moved to go forth from the theatre and effect and change in the world outside. And to do so, Brecht designed various theatrical techniques so that the audience would always be reminded that play is a representation of reality, not reality itself. So the aim when using the V effect or A effect is to ensure that audience are constantly reminded that they are watching a piece of theatre. Thank you.